on the wrist.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is finally that time of the week again. It's the Ryan Show, where we all sit around in a cipher, grab our lighters, and begin to set the world ablaze. Toke, 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 toke. This is the 420 special. 420. To be correct, to be politically correct, Hamptons Dave, this is National Lima Bean Day. Or actually, National Lima Bean Appreciation Day.
Or it's National Lock That Muck Up Day.
National Let's see what happens to him when the guards turn away day.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, yes. Rest in peace to George Chauvin's butthole.
Yeah, put him
It's
in.
official.
If
He's
they
going
stick
to the
him
slammer.
You know how many people he's probably put in?
You know how many people
When
are
he
going to
gets
put
it-
out?
I know.
Hopefully
You know
pull
how many
out.
people are going to
Hopefully.
be put in him?
Yeah. As you can hear, we're a little slow-witted, a little bit delayed
Yeah,
with our
right.
jokes, but we have an excuse. Like we said, it's a 420 special, a day where thanks to a group of high school students that smoked with their brave high school teachers, as I so eloquently put it earlier on Instagram, it's thanks to that group that we're able... All right.
Thought he was
Another
Puerto
bad
Rican.
joke for 420. Whatever. Welcome and big shout out to Matt Rojano. The show wouldn't be nearly as good, especially a show like tonight when there's going to be so much mayhem. It's just me and you tonight, Hams Dave. God only knows. I bet Mr. Cheeks doesn't even know where he is tonight.
Mr. Cheeks, it's Mr. Everyday Stay High. Everyday 420. As my man Cal Dawson calls him, Mr. Everyday Stay High.
That's right. And he'll be here tonight for the
He's en
first
route.
time. Not Mr. Cheeks. Mr. Cheeks will not be here tonight. But for the first time since the controversial call out by 50 Cent where they removed the interview off of Vlad TV, Cal Dawson is making his first radio appearance since that very fateful day. And I have to, as a journalist, if you really want to call me that, ask him that question. And I know that if anyone's going to, it better be me because he's, we're actually friends. I love that dude. And I'm actually going to defend him tonight because, look, do these claims seem a little bit like preposterous?
The hats off.
Hats off. Do the claims seem a bit preposterous? Maybe to someone that doesn't know Cal. But don't forget that Cal brought Capadonna to one of our underground comedy shows back in the day. Capadonna would never have pulled up had it not been for Cal. And not only did he pull up, but he performed like 8 to 10 tracks at the show. That was like a full-on concert
That whole night
for
was
free.
lit, though. That was like one of the better... I always talk about, the shows at Tavern, how lit they were. Shout out to the 5 Spot too, but those
And
shows,
we're not going to hear the end of that either. You speak of Tavern, Mike Dowd is coming tonight,
Yes.
who makes jokes about Tavern Lounge and really inappropriate jokes about certain things that went down, why we don't do the show there anymore. You guys can Google that. But that being said, we're having Cal Dawson on to clear these things up and talk about Black Rob. It was him that posted that video of Black Rob in the hospital
going
bed.
viral now, yeah. So,
Really sad. Really,
yeah.
really, really sad.
R.I.P. to definitely rest in
that's-
peace, rest in power. Yeah, I was growing
Rest
up.
in major power,
I
Black
was a
Rob.
huge Bad Boy fan growing up. Also,
You were.
I
You
was
were a
huge-
major Bad Boy fan.
And Black Rob was lit. He was.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah, he was killing at that time, and it's just a shame, like when you make music, like that's how the music industry as a whole, like
It's not just the
with
music
the songs
industry, it's
that
capitalism.
with the songs that he had, he shouldn't be living like
The way that he
Yeah.
was. 100%.
Shouldn't be.
And not only that, but I'll say that, I'll be the one to say it. I know that, look, as a businessman, in quotes, and capitalist, I would really like, things to always be quantified. You know what I mean? So that there's always kind of a reasoning behind every number.
Is it the shrooms or did the lights just cut off?
Who knows? Who knows? Seriously, happy 420.
Happy 420, everybody! But it's the Ryan Show. I mean,
But where were we going with this? Oh yeah, I do think that Diddy should have stepped in. I
Yeah.
know that
1000%.
it's just, come on, when the guy is in that shape, and I know that he was probably a drug addict and all these other things allegedly. But I mean, it's just wrong. It's really honestly wrong to let somebody get to that point.
He also
They
might
should've-
have not known though.
I mean, come on. I'm sure that he knew. I mean, everybody, when you make that much money off somebody and they're that much of an asset and the money's still coming in because a song like Whoa is still generating revenue. So it's not like he completely forgot about Black Rob. I mean, come on. So look,
Yeah, all this plays he's probably getting now.
yeah, and he's cashing in on it right now. So, that being said, we'll see how he handles the situation. Maybe he'll do right. Remember, this show is recorded earlier in the week, so a lot can change in a few days. We learned that when the pandemic happened. But that being said, let's get the show started. We've got Mike Dowd coming in, and he's bringing
Uncle
a couple
Mike.
other controversial police officers with him. We figure it's 420, so why not talk a little bit about corrupt cops, really?
Yeah,
I don't think we're gonna do much marijuana talk. It's pretty much every show. So that being said, we've got Mike Dowd. He's bringing his new rap artist, which I can only imagine what's going on.
up right in front of all of them.
Of course,
Blowing the smoke right at them.
right in their faces, all these cops. Kidding, once a cop. Oh,
That's it.
I'm not referring to 420. I'm not referring to National Lima Bean Day. Lima Bean Appreciation Day, I believe is what it's called. No, this is finally the day.
The sentencing?
The sentencing. Yeah, this is another thing that we're going to be getting into with this guest. I'm sure he is very opinionated about this. And he's brought company with him, good company with him tonight. It's been a long time, Hamptons Dave, since we've had this living legend, a man that leaves police officers and civilians trembling, or at least he was doing that. Now he's a changed man. We've seen a redemption trail over the years, but like I said, it's been a long time, and it is with pride that I introduce a man who is easily one of the greatest in New York City history. When you're Googling the greats of New York City in 100 years from now, this name will pop up. Mike Malone, a fellow Long Islander, one of the greats of LI, is here on the Ryan Show FM. Mr. Dowd, welcome back.
Brentwood.
Brent
Yes. Brentwood's in the house.
You look.
Yes.
You don't look
Brentwood
like you're
Mike.
from Brentwood tonight, though.
Brentwood
with
Mike.
that strap. What is that you're wearing?
Yeah, that's my.
That's Gap. It looks like
what-
Old Navy.
Yeah, something. Yeah, it's got a little something. It's not off the rack BS. It's good stuff.
It's the good stuff.
It's the good
Happy
stuff.
420.
I didn't buy it. I will. I didn't buy it,
Of
so
course.
it's gotta be good.
It is good to have you, man. 420. Now you don't smoke though, right? Last I checked, you don't smoke
No,
pot.
I don't smoke. You know, I'm clean 4 years. So, but there was some time where I did some damage. You know, so
We've seen.
Yeah.
You've heard.
Allegedly.
We've seen, yeah, allegedly.
Well,
Well,
I'll do it. I'll cop
yeah,
certain
I
things. You know what I mean?
That's true. There's no allegedly at this point. In fact, we've all seen it documented in the Netflix documentary. Formerly of Netflix documentary,
Yeah.
The 7-5. And I say good riddance to Netflix.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Because,
Thank you.
I heard that after having, arguably the #1 Netflix documentary of all time, I'll say that, as a fan, I knew about the documentary before we met
Right.
that fateful night at Tavern Lounge. You
What the
did-
shooting took place that night?
Yes, the shooting took place. Yes, rest in peace,
One
Hollywood
night
Place.
out in the city in my life, there's a shooting.
I
At the
know,
place
I know,
left.
and he never lets me live it down every time. I say, "Oh yeah, where the shooting happened." Yes, that's the one. Yes,
Well,
but
I
it
was
wasn't on
concerned
our
'cause I
night.
figured
He
I was
gives
on
that.
the I was on the investigated list. That's why I was.
of all the nights, of
Yeah,
all the
of
nights,
all the
that something
nights,
could have gone
yes.
down. I heard through the grapevine that you didn't make any money off the documentary, that Netflix never paid you, which doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, well, that's not how the system works. That's the way. See, Netflix never owned the documentary.
Does the system ever work?
No, it doesn't work for the little guy. It does not work for the little guy. Believe me, they paid $1.4 million to make that documentary. I think they paid for my lunch a few times. You know what I mean?
It's like this pizza.
Well, the pizza. Well, that came at 5:30. It's now what? Was it 9
It's
o'clock?
not tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't know what. Is he kidding us? This guy?
He's a comedian. We're in Big T Studios right now. What do you
you were-
think? Look around. You see his
I
face
get
all
the
over the
comedic
Look, he's
part.
wearing the chef hat.
He's just kidding.
I mean, you look at him, he might have ate it all.
I mean, it's 420, so
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot
At
of stuff
Big T
happens.
Studios?
A lot of things happen on
Oh, yeah.
420.
Yep.
You
And
know, yeah,
Shout out to 420, all my stoners.
The reefer day.
Yep.
So now this also, all this being said, to those that don't know and that haven't seen the Netflix documentary, Mr. Dowd has some of the most legendary, epic stories of all time as a New York City police officer that had been charged with all types of different crimes. I mean, how would you describe yourself, Mr. Dowd, to those listeners that are just for the first time hearing this right now that haven't seen
He
the
likes
documentary?
long walks on the beach.
Yes,
Margaritas.
pina colada.
Pina coladas.
Like getting caught in the rain. If you're not
He
into
likes to Netflix
yoga,
and chill.
but you're into
No
champagne.
Netflix.
No, yeah, exactly.
He
Hold
likes
the
to-
Netflix.
He likes to sling and chill.
Yeah, so I guess you would describe me as both.
Both.
A
Bi-curious?
cop and a gangster.
A cop and a gangster.
Tri-curious.
I mean, both in
Try. They call
2021
it-
could be a
They
lot.
call it
It's true.
in 2000 and what is this? 15, 18?
Now, technically,
21?
what's the 20? Is there an acronym for that?
For the try.
for what you are, right? For it's 2021. Oh man, yo, I'd love to see these two in a room right now. So really quick.
That's right.
You walked in at the right time. Cal Dawson just walked in.
That's right.
Right in the middle of the interview. So these are two great criminal minds together. Well, formerly criminal. Sorry.
No.
Formerly criminal.
Canceled.
Hang on.
They were
Let's-
canceled from that culture.
Redemption. We have
Oh
a
my
life
lord!
of
All
redemption.
right, so we got to mic Cal up. All right, where's our producers when we need him?
Yes, they
To me right here.
This
We've
is
got
good.
Gold
The
Mouth. Gold Mouth.
Yep.
For the
Yeah.
first time on the Ryan Show FM. We're going to be introducing him soon. Gold Mouth, but he's got a mouthful of platinum. A mouthful of platinum. At least that's what Cal said, because he made sure to correct me. That's a pretty mouth. But Cal.
Pause.
Calm down, everybody. All right, it's 4:20. Okay, everybody, calm down. All right. So he corrected me. He was sure to say it's not Gold Mouth anymore. It's Platinum Mouth now. And I was under the implication that maybe working with Cal Dawson has upgraded the mouth a little bit. Is this something like nothing to do with that? Okay.
Pause.
So hell.
The pause. Look, all right, so we'll get into that later. But that being said, Cal, you burst in here because you didn't want to be downstairs. For so,
Kicked in the door.
Yeah, I was downstairs. I don't know where the hell you was at.
it's all right, and I apologize for making you wait down
you
there.
wasn't here yet.
Let's flick that mic on there.
Cold ass Far Rockaway.
Flick that mic on. Here we go.
I'm here. Live and direct.
Live and direct. All right, so
1, 2, 1, 2.
So Cal, you burst in the door and in a tizzy, and I mean this is the first time you're in Big T Studios. First off, right?
Absolutely.
So, I know you were probably expecting something different, but yo,
Mike's got his girlfriend's glasses on.
oh my God! Shouts to Tara.
She
Shouts
gets
to
paid to wear these. She gets paid to wear these glasses. Okay.
75 cents.
All right,
A minute.
so Cal has been through a lot, and that explains why he barged in here emotionally charged. In the last week, I believe, he's witnessed the death of a hip-hop legend, of a great that he was very tied into.
R.I.P. Everybody.
We've all lost a great. Rest in peace, Black Rob.
Yes.
We're going to be playing some of his music tonight. But Cal was the one who actually took that video that surfaced a week back of Black Rob in the hospital bed that DJ self-posted and had all those views. That was reposted from your account, correct?
Yeah, it went viral. It came from my account.
And people are mad. Not just because he passed away, but because of the circumstances. What exactly went on between him and Puff? Let's just get it all out there on the table.
I posted a video because Rodman f***ed up for a minute. And, I mean, he was...
And this is FM radio. Just a heads up. There's children out there listening, Cal.
The children now, they doing more than adults. They off the chain now. What you mean? TikTok and all this other stuff. You look at
We just don't want to get banned. That's all.
I just don't have to do the editing. That's all.
A reason, like I said, I posted that video because he was in a bad predicament, and it was beyond me helping. He was seeking more help for him. Hello.
All right, so we're fixing these technical difficulties here. This is what happens when we don't have all of our interns, our college interns, the guys with slight autism. They're on the spectrum somewhere. They're able to figure this out. I'm on the other side of the spectrum where I've got the gift of gab. I don't have the gift of technology. But that being said, thank you.
That's true.
That's what we got these guys filling the gaps for. So, Mr. Dawson,
Yes, sir.
you've been through a lot. You witnessed a death up close and personal of one of your dear friends, somebody that is revered in the hip hop community. So Puff Daddy allegedly could have helped. He could have stepped in, right? He made millions and millions of dollars off of Black Rob songs, but for some reason chose not to step in. I guess ethically, if you really want to break it down, it could make sense because quantifiably, maybe he had paid Black Rob all of those residuals technically according to the contract, right? But I guess it's kind of the moral grounds that were tested at that point. Why is it that people are so upset? Why are you and the rest of Black Rob's camp so upset about all this?
I can't speak for the rest of the people because the people that was involved with him, like that had history with him for like 20 plus years, they didn't do nothing for him like they supposed to. I'm being honest. I know a lot of people probably was mad. You know what I'm saying? Like I put the video up, it went viral, but people need to see, like, he needs help. You know what I mean? Rob been messed up for a minute. He been messed up for a minute. It wasn't nothing new.
People were
I
upset about the video.
Okay, they could be
itself
upset.
being
Yeah,
posted.
I did it. Yeah, I did. So what? You know
People
what
were
I'm saying?
leaving comments. They thought it was kind of thoughtless in a way.
Nah, he needed help. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world needed to see. It was a cry for help type of thing. It wasn't nothing for no clout. You know what I mean? Then people said, oh.
Help, like,
they
financially, like,
exploiting him.
You expected the world to donate.
Exactly. He
Okay.
was. I'm talking about a certain well-known people in this industry that could have extended their hand and made this man a better situation for him. You know what I mean? That's what the purpose. Nobody's obligated to do anything. Okay, grant that. We can't tell people to do with their money, but he's in a position not to help himself. So, you know what I mean? So I put the video up. Self reposted it. DJ Self called me first. He called
So
me.
that's what. So Self called
Self
you.
called me. I got a personal relationship with Self. You know, he used to do his thing in Cityscape, and you know, Lou got cash. You know, Self called me. He was like, "Yo, you got my phone buzzing right now. Got reposted the video." Jay called me, meaning Jay-Z called Self. Self called me, and you know, it wasn't like tell him
So why Jay-Z saw the video also?
on DJ Self pay or somebody's camera must have told
Yeah,
him whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, he called Self called me, and he said, well, he didn't say like wish him well. No, well, first thing that came up was like, what does he need? I mean, well, he needs a place to stay. He needs a way to get to and from dialysis. You go dialysis 3 times a week. I mean, that's his issue right there because he had no place to stay. So, allegedly, one of Rob's friends that he had history with named WAP, Harv, and Puff reached out to WAP. And the room that I had Black Rob staying in Atlanta, Georgia, Puff did, pay 2 weeks for the room. I mean, he did extend that, and guess that was like a grace period. Let's put him in here for 2 weeks until we can figure out what we're gonna do for him. But unfortunately, he passed away Saturday. I mean, I left him Thursday night because I had a show with Beans and Freeway in Hampton, Virginia, and then I had something with Cheeks Saturday in Baltimore.
I mean, it's just such a sad situation, and it could have been prevented years ago, though.
Yeah,
and he was very sick of kidney disease. There was a lot more going on there than I think people knew. But although if you knew Black Rob over the past few years, he did seem like he wasn't really doing too well. So, and it's a shame. You know what I think, Cal, is that maybe it's time, just like when you see these NBA players unions, the MLB players unions. There's nothing like that with musicians. Yet they're all out there performing at venues, just like MLB players. Maybe there is some chance in the future that, or at least there is some possibility. I read that Master P was thinking about unionizing somehow, getting all of these guys to agree upon certain price points. And if everybody kind of worked together, it would prevent situations like Black Rob happening where they're eventually, homeless and all these other terrible things.
Freeway had the same situation too. Freeway needed a kidney, but he got a kidney. So anybody might have thought that Rob was on drugs. He was not on drugs. You know what I mean? Whatever he might have did in his past, but when I started dealing with him, only thing Rob was doing was smoking weed. He wasn't on no heroin, no cocaine, none of that stuff. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, like, in social media, everybody got an opinion now. It's like an ask. We all got one. But my thing is, if you're not going to be a part of the solution, then it costs you nothing to mind your business. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all.
I mean, you're going through it yourself. Now, I believe this is the first time that you've been interviewed since was it a fallout with 50 Cent? I don't know exactly what went down.
Damn fallout. I'm saying people think like he told Vlad, take the interview down. That's it.
So let's because there's people here that are now listening and they might not know exactly who's on right now. They might have tuned into FM for the first time. So that being said, we have Mr. Cal Dawson in studio, a regular on this program, and he's gone on the record on this show multiple times saying that he was in the car with 50 Cent when 50 Cent was shot all those years ago, that very infamous shooting that he had been through. And, I mean, you'd been saying it for years. It wasn't like you just made this up out of the blue. You went on Vlad TV. You told the exact same story that you said right here on the show and all of these other shows. Yet for some reason now, of all times, 50 said something about it. And, I mean,
he didn't never say nothing about it.
So what exactly went down?
He just told Vlad take the interview down. But we're going to keep the focus on Black Rob. I mean, we're going to keep it on Rob because Rob is dead. Listen, I'm in Queens all the time, back and forth. But it's a lot of internet that's some, fabricated and, we're going to talk about the real what happened. You know what I mean? With Rob.
And, I got to, I only bring it up, Cal, because
You seen the rhyme, so I came through there, Cabadonna,
Yo,
That
that's
was-
what
that
I'm
was-
saying.
that was
Like,
the
I'm
best
not
show you
saying
ever
this to
had.
remember. I'm not saying this to
Yeah.
question your validity. I'm saying this because I will say, speaking from what I've seen, you've done nothing but come through as a man of your word. I remember I never would have believed this in a million years. Capadonna from Wu-Tang Clan was working with Cal, and Cal said, "You know what? I can get
And still
Capadonna."
working with me.
Is
Ain't
still
nothing
working with him.
changed.
It's
I'm
like-
on Wu-Tang documentary. Ain't nothing changed.
and said, "Yo, Capadonna is going to show up to your show." And I'm just a huge Wu-Tang fan, as anybody can imagine that knows I love hip hop. I thought there's no way that Wu-Tang or that Capadonna is about to show up right now. Not only does Capadonna show up, but he performs.
He gave you a concert.
gives a
and you
full-
didn't even pay me for that. He gave you like 6, 7 songs.
full performance
I ain't
at Tavern
Yeah,
Lounge.
for free.
I know.
For
That's what
free.
and that just once again speaks
I just
to
want
the
a meal.
validity.
I just
And
want a
that-
burger.
And you just want some pizza, Mr. Dad. And I say that just from personal experience. I have to, come to your defense because I know once again, you hear all these internet trolls and all these nerds leaving their comments and all the other stuff. So as someone that knows you personally, I had to say that.
This FM, right? So we can't say certain things on there, right?
Yeah, but you know what? This is one of those situations where you got to speak your mind, say whatever you want.
Man, listen, anybody got something to say, listen, reach out to Ryan, man. Put a bag up, man. Let's get in that ring. There's nothing to talk about.
Ooh, to
Ain't
bring
nothing
it to
talk
celebrity
about. Ain't nothing
boxing.
to talk about.
And,
You
and,
know.
and he might have said that on purpose because he knows I have ties to celebrity boxing. And honestly, that is the most brilliant PR move that you could do is to spin something like that. And by the way, which is only good publicity. 'Cause once again,
I'm gonna beat somebody to up in that ring for real.
have a
Ain't
good-
no publicity.
I like that. The undercard, or it could be the main event. Dowd versus Kenny.
Yeah. Yeah, give me 3 months.
I like that. I already see celebrity boxing.
Listen. So I just want to mention this on my own celebrity rap guy.
Yeah.
Prince Monkey D also passed in the last month and a half.
last 6
Yeah, a
weeks.
few months
or-
ago, right.
Yeah.
Less than 2 months.
Right, he passed away too.
He was. We were pretty tight,
I know you were.
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
very
yeah.
close.
We had a good relationship. Him and I. In fact, we spoke quite often over the last few years, and he never mentioned his failing health. He did talk about a friend of his who had failing health, but he never mentioned his own. And I was so surprised to hear that he passed.
Well, believe it or not, Mike, some people are still stoic and manly in this world. Believe it or not, people usually these days it's so shunned upon to masculine. Yo, that's another reason I love to see.
Everybody wants to sugarcoat shit. If you messed up, you messed up. Let's keep it 100. You know, with me being who I am, my credentials. I got violated in December 23rd, 2012. I was on federal probation at the time. I got violated, and I beat the charges. You know what I'm saying? They put me back in USP and landlord bullshit, right? So I came back to North Carolina. I was living in Charlotte. And the apartment I was staying at, I didn't have it no more. So I stayed in the studio for like 2 or 3 days. Then from there, I went to a shelter. I had my phone. The feds got in custody. I ain't want that phone no more. Don't tell me what they did to that. You know what I mean? I ain't want the phone no more. So I had to get back on my feet. I got back on my feet. The people in the shelter, they kicked me out. I left from there, came back to New York. Smooth sailing. You know what I mean? But
full on
so
comeback.
everybody go through something in life. You know what I mean?
right,
So
yeah. It's how you get up.
I don't got no health issues though, but I'm a hustler. I'm gonna make something shape regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And
I'm
you
gonna make
also
something
don't
happen.
do drugs. Like, it's 420 right now. Happy 420, everybody that's in here right now. But I noticed that most people in here are not smoking or don't smoke pot. Cal, you don't smoke
I
pot
never
either.
smoke. You know that I don't smoke.
I know, but you don't get a peer pressure. You was 420.
People
Like,
fuck peer pressure. See, that's the
do I
thing.
not peer pressure you every time you come here? Come on.
You
Like,
know
what
how
do
many people around me that smoke weed? I don't smoke weed. People like, how you don't smoke weed? You got Cheeks, Cap, Royal Flush. I said, I don't smoke weed. What's wrong with that? I never did.
What is it?
I
Actually,
never
what he
did no
says in
drug,
quotes is
period.
that he'd
Like,
rather
what's
sell
wrong
the
with that?
pounds than smoke the pounds, is what he said last time I remember. I was trying to get you to smoke. You say, no, I'd rather sell that shit.
Yeah, listen. Now if I come across 200-300 pounds, then I'm
you might be interested.
I'm gonna make it do what it do. I got violated for getting 55 pounds of marijuana. That's how I got violated.
That's right. So,
Today, I think you get a medal for that. you
seriously, now
don't
you
get violated for that no more.
Now you can't.
Nothing.
Some
No.
states you can
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
It's not legalized
Kansas. I think
yet.
Kansas.
But years in New York, 19 pounds of marijuana always been a misdemeanor though. People just
Oh
didn't
my
know that.
God, another
They've
thing.
been there for years.
Before I forget, I'm sorry for your loss. Bernie Madoff.
Yeah, that was my
Has passed.
Cellmate?
His old cellmate.
His cellmate,
I was in
yeah.
Butler.
Yeah, I remember you told me that. Yeah.
Yeah, we was in
Wow.
Butler. Bernie was a funny dude though. He was a funny dude.
So can we get some never before heard fucking Bernie Madoff story, jail story? I'm sure everyone wants to hear it.
Okay, this is what happened, right?
So who beat him up?
We won't get to that. And that was a sucker move too, though.
I bet.
This is how it is. You've been to the feds, so
Sure.
the feds is segregated. People think the feds is like the state. If you're from New York, you put the New York card. It's like you got it's very political in the feds.
Yes.
The captain let the shot callers run the prisons. I mean, so like, if you're Italian, you run with the Italian crew, you gotta get your paperwork checked up. You're Blood, Crip, GD, Vice Lord, Latin King, Nanta, whatever you Muslim, wherever you with, only car is f***ed up is the Christian car. They accept anybody. Pedophiles, snitch, rats, whatever.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? But Bernie Madoff was from New York, so he's a New York car.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So he got a 053 number.
Right.
I had a 053 number. I mean, so
Wow, I was wondering what group
happened
he'd
was
be in.
he got into a fight. Some dude was from like Arizona somewhere, just jumped on. The dude was 70-something years old, 72 at the time. Dude just jumped on him, trying to get full point. One thing about Bernie, they offered him 15 years if he get back allegedly the $63 billion.
Right,
They
right.
said if you give us 15, if you give us back the money, take the 15 years, and they will stick him in close to New York, like Otisville.
Yeah, Otisville.
So he said, and one of the tell us as well, snitch. He said, I'm not doing that. So he said, okay, fine. Keep the money, whatever. Take this 150 years. Yeah. So he had a bad heart, so he put on the butler. So when he got that situation to do, I was moving. The New York car had influence in the system. So the captain said, listen, Bernie, with the New York car, so would you mind being his cellmate? But
Right.
I had a bottom bump.
You'd think you just
So-
pay everybody off, though, right?
Nah,
Did he get away with
They
anything?
don't care about the money.
Yeah,
There's people there. It's people that's Gotti was in there, and I know somebody was been on another spot. He said he had issues with the Aryan Nation.
Yeah.
That money don't mean nothing to feds. So long story short, I moved in his cell. I teach him how to jail. He's never been in jail before, and I commend him.
So what do you teach him how to do?
You teach him how to
Yeah,
live
yeah,
in jail.
Yeah, like detail
what
stuff
you
because
did-
that you guys are used to this jail talk, all right? But there's some
jail.
there's
You
some
gotta
4 or
be-
5 year olds out there that might be listening up late.
in jail.
This is
Okay.
what Bernie did. He used to come out the shower with just his boxers on and walking down the company. I said, Bernie, you can't do that here. You're in jail. I said, when you come out the shower, you got to put your gray sweatpants on or a shirt and your towel. You know what I mean? And you go in the shower. You wear your boots with you, put your flip-flops on, and then you get up, you put your boots on, so you sneakers, and then walk down because any moment, it could go down the fast. So while he's taking a shower, it'd be somebody else from New York that stand by outside the shower while he in there washing and shit, you know what I mean? Make sure nobody won't try to run up in there,
Yeah.
He's an older guy. Yeah. So he got mad because, what the f***? Why I said, Bernie, because dudes gonna think that you gay and you gonna send off signals as if that you don't walk in your boxes down a catwalk. You put your sweatpants on.
Yeah.
Like
you can't do that in jail.
Of course,
You're
yeah, this is-
advertising.
And then in the feds too, right? They on some shit. You go to mess hall, like for lunch, you gotta wear your khakis.
Yeah.
So you gotta have your shirt tucked in, and Bernie had a stomach, so the shirt wasn't fitting, so it'll come out. So it was a officer.
That's a tease.
Right.
To
So
those-
no. They adamant about putting pants in all that dumb shit. So Bernie's shirt was hanging out, and one of these officers was wanted to say something to him like, "Yo, Mr. Madoff, put your shirt in your pants. We ain't gonna keep telling you that." Da 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 da. So Bernie, he doesn't curse, so he cursed the man out diplomatically. Got on though. He said, "How much you make a year? Why you want to talk about a year?" He said, "I'm just saying, how long you been a correction officer? Why is it, what's your business?" So Bernie's like, "You probably make what, 30, 40,000 a year, and you telling me about a shirt? I got 150 years. You tell me about a shirt? I don't.
Yeah.
What you're gonna do to me? I'm never going home.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we also the blind sheep was in there with us, but he
Yeah.
was in administrative. He was
Right.
not in population. The boss had to take his food cart to him, and he's the one in the World Trade bomb.
The first bomb. The first
93.
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Right, the sheik. He was in there. The day they
Wow.
killed Bin Laden, they shut the system down in jail.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was in there,
They put everybody in a hole.
and no, he was in there. That Bin Laden was his man.
Right.
So,
All 3 of you guys were all in that.
but he wasn't in population though. I bring
Okay.
the food cart there. He's a short dude. When you come in, he might be on the phone, and he have restrictions. Every meal he has to have soup. Every time he's on the phone, he can't talk Arabic. He got to talk English, and he got to be an officer in there sitting while he's on the phone talking to somebody. So when Bin Laden died, they shut the whole down. I mean,
Wow.
so he couldn't call nobody and find out what's going on.
That's
because
crazy.
He's strong. Cause
Little extra salt
one
in the
day I
wound.
did on purpose, right? I didn't put his soup in his food cart. Right? I just want to see what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I didn't put the soup
Like
in
a
there.
good American.
Right. So he gets the food cart, come
Yeah.
up there, and he just with them because anybody against the government, he with you.
Right.
That's it. They
Oh,
made
no.
you don't give a what you did. We all the same. Them. It's all about us.
Oh, no.
So I didn't put the soup in there, right? So He gets his card. You know, he has to eat that shit anyway. He don't
Yeah.
eat it. He eat his off commissary. So he didn't get that soup just to with them. Where's my soup at? I ain't got the soup. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. So they called down the kitchen. The captain was like, where the is his soup at?
Yeah, the whole prison's in an uproar.
I'm laughing. Me and the others will be laughing. They know I did it on purpose.
That's
Yo,
insane.
You better bring him 2 soups, and it better be hot. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Dawson, get over here and take this man his fucking soup.
That's crazy. The story of Cal Dawson pranking.
So, the fucking
a
shit.
terrorist,
He used
a
to laugh
bomber.
because he didn't eat that shit. He just got to bust their
He just wants
balls.
it. Yeah.
That's
He just bust
crazy.
their balls.
He deserves it, so he wants it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, I mean, I didn't realize that. I mean, I guess you would expect it. It's like a small world, right? Everybody kind of knows each other everywhere. Were there any celebrities that you were bunked up with or stayed with at any point, Mike?
Yeah, me.
Me, myself, and I.
Actually, a couple of the kingpins from Colombia I was with. And in fact, I was with the Blind Sheik in '93 in MCC, New York.
Oh,
And-
wow.
and
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
Okay, see, 5 degrees of
I had some
separation.
pretty, I was with a lot of the Gambino boys and stuff like that.
So, some of the Gambinos was over there too. Matter of fact, the girl from my wife's, her grandfather was there. He was skinny. He got like 15 years. He had cancer because Butler, if you got cancer, that's where they send you that.
Yeah, but
so
no,
I was
Minnesota
in
or Minnesota.
right, Springfield.
Yeah, right.
So I was in Butler and I was Cadre. So all the inmates that had cancer, I was feeding in the unit. If you're on the 4th floor, you're so. But if you go to the 5th floor, that's like hospice. It's over for you. Get
Oh,
to the
yeah.
5th. If you go to the 4th to the 5th, very few make it from the 5th back to the 4th. I mean, so.
It's the
But
The more you
going
know.
closer to heaven.
But,
You know
You're
what?
getting closer to
Exactly.
heaven.
You know
this guy, I think he's from Howard Beach, named Chicky. He's a mob dude. He was there. One of the girls from my wife's, her grandfather, he was there. He had like 15 years. They had him on cover of the New York Post and shit. And I
Crazy.
think,
See that? It's insane. You never know who's going to be in there. So, that being said,
I was
rest in
Mac
peace.
Zoe came through there from Zoe Pound. He came
I
through
was
there.
with the guys that ran the clubs out of Miami. They was involved with the Limelight, and they were involved with Madonna, and they ran the clubs out of Miami and New York. I forget his name because I'm not a name guy. I could give a damn. You know what I mean? Really,
Did you catch any hell in prison, being that who you are, who you was in the streets?
I caught some stuff, but it was mostly talk. And then if I was willing to step, which I was, so no one really wants to.
What about the guards? Were the guards
But
cool with you?
I'm pretty sure, right? A lot of guys from because you was in the New York court, wasn't you?
Yeah.
Even though you was,
A lot of, they just gave me the space. That's
Yeah.
it. Or they'd be polite.
But they ain't nobody outside New York with you though, right?
No.
Yeah.
They would let me know. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
this guy's talking nonsense or something like
Yeah.
that. But being an ex-cop in prison is no. It's not a home run. It's a rough gig because you're by yourself.
Yeah, whose side are you on? I mean, the
but
guards
It's the
must.
same thing with a cop and a gangster, right?
Yeah.
What are you?
But
Exactly.
But you was
Those
that
that-
though. You was that in Eastern New York. My man had that little 9.5 plus. The stamp was going around in Eastern New York. The dope.
Oh, yeah. I was into the coke.
Yeah, I know. I know. Because it was a lot of money for around Eastern New York around that time.
That's right.
I'm surprised that you guys
Linden
just
Plaza
met a
was
couple
like
months ago, to be
Cocaine
honest. That's
City there, Linden Plaza, East New York.
Yeah.
So, all this
Yeah.
being said, I just want to pay a little bit more homage to the fallen. Rest in peace, Black Rob. We're going to
Yeah.
play some of his music right now as we
I'm
wrap
let
things up.
Goldmouth speak too because he was one of the guys that was helping Black Rob, financially. while
Yes,
he's going through
let's
his
bring
struggle.
Goldmouth
And
out
he's not
because
even
we
from
have
New
a
York.
tie
He's
now.
from Georgia. He's not even
Oh,
from
I
New
know.
York.
I know very well. I met Goldmouth. I didn't realize that Goldmouth was a director, like jack of all trades. He's running around like directing a full show. Remember, I've been in everything from the plays back in the day, the high school plays, to seeing all types of productions over the years. And this dude's like running the ship like I've never seen. He's got the girls dressed like they're, the naked girls counting
Yeah,
the drugs
that girl,
and counting the money.
Future,
They've
waist
got
down.
all the props
Oh,
and the
God.
guns. There's like 20
Wait,
people
wait,
running around.
wait.
This dude's
Did
a
you just say
full-on
he got the
showrunner.
Girls
I was
dressed
like-
naked?
Not
they
not
wasn't
dressed naked, but dressed scantily clad, as though
You said dressed naked.
I should have said pretty much naked.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
Oh,
much
do they have
naked.
their-
About to go to the
Only-
motherfucking
And it was like a real trap
ATM and say, how much you want? Listen, I'm like George Steinberg. The sky's the limit. George Steinberg, it's no cap here. It's no cap.
It was a realistic scene. He had the one girl pregnant with all this stuff. I was just sitting there like, damn, is that a real baby inside of her? Is that some type of a prop? What is going on? But, man, I gotta say, I'm excited to have Gold Turn. This is the Ryan Show FM. Cal Dawson is chilling out with us here tonight. Also tonight, We have Goldmouth here with Cal Dawson. I'm familiar with Goldmouth. We were reenacting, I believe it was a shootout he had with the cops in some type of a documentary down in Atlanta. If you follow us on Instagram at The Ryan Show, you've seen the story. But without further ado, let's give it up. We've got Goldmouth here tonight on The Ryan Show FM.
Heavy on the wrist, baby.
Yeah, the
On The Ryan Show FM. Goldmouth.
I think he said mouth.
Is it Gold Mouse?
Mouth.
It is mouth. Is mouth? M-O-U-F or M-O?
Yeah, M-O-U-F.
Is it mouth or mouth? I just have a speech impediment.
You know-
All right, I have a problem.
Hold on.
I have a
Hold on. You know
speaking
we out the
problem,
South.
okay?
You know we out the South, so you know y'all speak proper up here in New York.
Not really.
We out the South,
That's not
so
what they say.
it ain't gold.
And
It's
technically, Mike, it's platinum mouth, okay? So
diamond mouth.
diamond mouth, exactly.
Yeah. So
Whatever.
so yeah.
So welcome to New York. First and foremost, good to see you in New York.
New
We
York,
met in
New
Atlanta.
York.
What's it like in New York for you so far?
Yeah, you know it's a different world. It's you know the traffic f***ed up, but not as messed up as Atlanta. Excuse me, but
Yeah, it's not
yeah.
as bad
So
as
we in
Atlanta,
New
it's
York.
true.
It's a different world up here. You know everything congested. You know people everywhere, all nationalities. So the weather. It's cold up here, you know. It's a different world, so it's
It
love
is.
though.
Yo, I mean, are you amazed by the lack of guns everywhere too? Because that was one thing what I noticed about Atlanta. It's like the Wild West.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Oh, so they don't got guns up here like that?
not like I mean,
They
well, not
definitely do.
not out in the open.
Yeah.
Oh,
not-
so, well, what?
They're out in the open, but they're not out in the
Well, yeah,
open.
well, we
It's-
from
it's
everybody
definitely not
walking
like Atlanta.
oh,
Like we're driving around with Mr. Cheeks, and Mr. Cheeks has just guns out, and he's like, "Don't smoke pot." He's telling me, he's like, "Don't smoke pot. We can get pulled over. We can get in trouble for smoking pot." Well, he's got like assault rifles out in the back. He's like, "Oh, it's fine. The gun's out, but you just can't smoke." So I was just surprised.
Oh,
by
I
that.
mean, in Atlanta, actually, you know what I'm saying? All the youth, everybody walking around with big extendos hanging out their pocket. Like, I
Damn.
mean, illegal. They don't care. Like, all the young urban people, the black folks, I mean, it's only black people that do this in the urban communities, in the hood. Everybody walking around with big 30-round extendos hanging out their pocket. That's the thing. Everybody do that.
Do you think that prevents
It's a part of
gun
fashion
violence,
now.
or do you think that it increases gun violence? Because you look at Texas and there's not as many shootings, right? There's not as much gun violence because everybody has a
Everybody
gun.
else has a gun.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing in Atlanta? or do you think that it's
I definitely think that has a lot to do with it, because if a person know you got a gun, you know what I'm saying, they got a gun, they're not gonna just readily run up on you versus
sense.
if they know you don't have one. So yeah, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, being in the jungle. You know, the lions identify, you know, the other predators.
yeah?
So, okay, we get
you see
along
those
with
fangs
each other, 'cause
hanging
we
off
know
those
it's life or
extendo
death.
clips,
Yeah, they
like
extend
lion
that-
fangs.
Yeah, we know
Hang
it's a
on.
life or death situation. You feel
Yeah.
me?
100%. And you're familiar with it because I saw, I mean, very authentic situation. Like I said, with what you were filming. I don't know, was that a video or was that, what exactly was that you guys were putting together? Was it a documentary of sorts?
Yeah, that's a documentary based on my life.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I actually had a shootout with the police. You know what I'm saying? At one
That's
point
what the
in my
scene
life.
was a shootout. I was having the shootout, but it looked more like MASH. Because I looked like, you know, the helmet I had, it's my fault. I'm just so little. The helmet was so big and goofy. I looked like Conker's Bad Fur Day or something like that.
What is it? Spaceballs.
Or Spaceballs, like Rick Moranis with the helmet on my head. But, dude, yeah, I mean, very well done, the way that you put it all together. So do you have experience? How long have you been directing movies and film for?
Actually, I haven't. It's just that with my documentary, I know, you know, what transpired in my life, and I feel like if there can't be a better director of a experience than the person who actually experienced. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, of
So-
course. That's the beauty of these movies that are made in this day and age. You'd have to like get the guidance of some type of a big motion picture direction company or something like that. You know what I mean? That puts all the money behind it. Where now you have the freedom to go out and get a camera team.
Yeah, give
and
me a
then put your
camera
whole
crew,
story out there.
and I know my story.
Yeah,
Ain't
no one can
no one
replicate
can
that.
tell my story the way I can tell
or
my story. Your
bastardize it
story.
and tell you
Exactly.
that you
Yeah.
have to change things in order for it to be acceptable.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. You know,
By the way, really quick, is this allegedly that you shot at the cops? Is this something
Nah,
that's already
it's-
been taken
it's
care of?
already taken care
Because
of.
I'm not Vlad. I'm gonna have to edit
Yeah,
this
yeah.
part. So, you know, I never know what's
Nah,
gonna happen.
it's actually I dealt with that situation. You know what I'm saying? I was on the run at that time. I was on a run for murder, and you know, they ran up on me, and you know, I just felt like I would never get out of prison. I would never get out anyway. So I was like, you know, bumping. I might as well just go all the way out.
All right, my next question:
smoke a
who's your
gun.
lawyer? Because I need to hire this guy immediately. What is going on
1,000%.
here?
That's all. I'm
Actually, I had a real good lawyer down the way. You know what I'm saying? He was off the Johnny Cochran firm, when that incident transpired, and I paid
Wow.
a big grip of money.
That
and
Johnny Cochran money. You know, I didn't expect this show to go here. I mean, it was the 420 special. Actually, is there anything that you'd like us to play? You don't make music too, do you?
Yeah. Actually, if I had all my chains on, you'll see. But I'm actually the CEO of Famerica Records by incarcerated Rollo. I don't know if y'all ever heard of him. He's a big time rapper named Rollo out of Atlanta, Georgia. He went to prison. Speaking of 420, he went to prison for being in possession of a couple thousands of pounds of marijuana on his private jet. So he been in prison.
Damn,
for
on
like,
his private jet. Come on, leave him alone.
Yeah, right. So he been in prison like 3.5 years, and we petitioned him, Joe Biden, to go ahead and give him an early pardon. So
Let's go, Joe.
We got Drake behind it. We got Kim Kardashian. We got Killer Mike. We got a lot of big time celebrities. We're trying to get Jay-Z now. You know what I'm saying? Once we get Jay-Z aboard, we feel like we'll have the star power in order to actually move mountains as far as getting him out of prison. So free Rollo. You know what I'm saying? Pardon Rollo, everybody.
Where can the listeners take part in any type of petition or something like that?
Well, we got a petition on my IG page and on Rollo IG page. So if they go to Instagram, they can go to Rollo Fam Goon, RALO FAMGOON R, and we got an option on there where you can slide up and you can just go ahead and sign on. We're trying to get 100,000 signatures.
All right.
We halfway there.
Let's go. Let's add those signatures to the list.
Yeah, definitely. You got mine.
Yeah,
Let's
Signing
get
it.
exactly. So we're spreading awareness about it because people shouldn't be locked up for marijuana.
No, it's
Yeah,
like, what
I mean,
year is
shit,
it right
come
now?
on,
It's
I mean,
insane.
It's legal in half of the states and the other half of the states, just because they haven't caught up yet.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
people
police
shouldn't
that
be-
arrested him should be in jail. They should serve the time.
I mean, it's
We'll
just
see
like the
what Mr. Dab
prohibition
thinks.
era when alcohol when alcohol was illegal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they locked all these people up. People went to prison, but then they legalized it and they decriminalized it. So they had to let these people out and purge these alleged crimes from their record. So we need to get the whole society to become aware and active about this marijuana crusade, because it's important that they legalize marijuana in every state and stop messing with us. I mean.
Yeah. Sign.
Marijuana ain't killed nobody. I mean, it's helping people throughout their medical conditions. So, legalize marijuana, man.
Amen.
Free Rollo.
You heard it right here. This is the
I like
420
that.
special, the Ryan Show FM Goldmouth.
Heavy on the wrist, baby. Heavy on the wrist, baby.